Well, yesterday we learned about key factors behind Oklahoma's rural veterinarian shortage, and now we're going to get an update on how it's affecting the ag community and what steps are being taken to reverse this trend. State Secretary of Agriculture Blayne joins us now with the latest. Secretary, thank you so much for your time. I thought maybe you could start by addressing the importance of livestock industry to the state's local economies.
You know, there's no question that the livestock industry, especially the cattle industry here in Oklahoma, really drives, especially our small towns and the rural parts of the state. And having a veterinarian available for those beef producers is essential for their daily life. And so the veterinary shortage has certainly put some pressure on our producers, but ultimately put a lot of pressure on the economy in different parts of Oklahoma.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that, the ripple effect here, the impact of a shortage that has had on your community, because it goes out and spreads out far and wide to agribusinesses as well, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And, you know, one great thing that we've had in working with the Farm Journal Foundation is to actually see the data. I'll give you one interesting data point. We've got 40% of our practitioners who are at the age of retiring, but choosing not to do that because they know that they're needed in their area. We have one veterinarian who's still 92 years old and practicing. And so ensuring that we have those veterinarians coming in to transition, to let that older generation transition out. But ultimately, all of our beef producers, any of our livestock producers, we talk a lot about the cattle side, but any of our livestock producers really rely on those veterinarians as part of their daily business.
Absolutely. Boy, and 90 years old, still, of course, making those calls. That is incredible. Right. Yeah, Secretary, the steps right now taken to address this problem. I mean, what do you think needs to happen here?
Well, I think the most important part was starting to collect all the data. We had talked a lot about the challenge, but then actually identifying that. One huge success that we've had here in Oklahoma is a significant investment in our College of Veterinary Medicine at Oklahoma State University. The Oklahoma legislature and the governor here, Governor Stitt, are directing $250 million so that we have a brand new vet school and teaching hospital. A big thing is just recruiting young people who want to be veterinarians. And a big key of that is making sure that we're finding those students from rural areas. We know that kids from rural areas a lot of times want to go back to rural areas. So we're looking at everything from our admissions process, making sure that financially students can access vet school. So there's a lot of pieces. We've got some wonderful folks here in Oklahoma working collaboratively so that we can tackle it.
Absolutely. I have to ask you, telemedicine, is that anything that could help with this too, or is that not something we see?
We are putting everything on the table. Telemedicine can be a piece of that, but as I'm sure you understand, a lot of times when we're talking about an animal, having someone who can be there in person, get their eyes and hands on that particular animal, and also really develop that veterinary client-patient relationship with all of our producers. That's another key piece of it. Because as much as we all love screens and the opportunity to communicate that way, the in-person conversations a lot of time are the most beneficial for our veterinarians and for our producers.
Yeah, absolutely. Animal welfare, I think, depends on that. Livestock producers, next generation of veterinarians who are looking to enter the industry, what would you like to say to them?
Number one, we would love for you to be a veterinarian. We'd certainly love for you to come to vet school here in Oklahoma, but also know that the ag industry wants to find ways to continue to support you, make sure that that financial path is accessible, but also students, no matter where you're raised or what your ag background looks like, if you want to be a veterinarian, we've got a path for you, and we're going to help you be successful.
That is great. I got to tell you, vets in any rural area, they are the superstars. That is for sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Secretary. I appreciate you being here. Oklahoma Secretary of Agriculture Blayne.